One other quick point, Max, very briefly. We've been talking about who is key to bringing this to an end, and we've heard from two of our other guests that it's Vladimir Putin. What is your view on that?
Well, the New York Times said Putin is 1, 2, and 3 on its list, and I would list the New York Times as the top 3, 1, 2, and 3, and the biggest misinformers in the U.S. media. I mean, they've been predicting a stunning Ukrainian military victory, and now the tide has turned, and they're begrudgingly acknowledging that this war is going to end in a negotiated settlement. We know from Ukrainian Pravda that Boris Johnson actually traveled to Kiev specifically to tell Zelensky not to negotiate, and I believe there are psychological factors at play as well. You have a celebrity puppet in the role of his life in charge of the post-Maidan regime right now, and as soon as he negotiates an end and gives up land to Russia, which Joe Biden himself today has acknowledged will ultimately have to happen, as soon as Zelensky does that, and if he had done that weeks ago, those appearances at Cannes, at Davos, at the Grammys are going to start to dry up, and he puts his golden parachute in peril as well. Zelensky himself has acknowledged that 60 to 100 Ukrainian soldiers are being lost every day. He said that in an interview with Newsmax, 500 wounded every day. This is the butcher block that's necessary to sustain his celebrity on the world stage and to continue lining the pockets of Lockheed and Raytheon CEOs.
Right, let me get Pavlo's response to that. Pavlo, I mean, we just heard President Zelensky being described there as a celebrity puppet.
Well, I can't really respond to that. I mean, he is the president of Ukraine elected by the majority of the people, and he represents the people of Ukraine. I would ask Mr. Max not to insult the people who have actually shown quite more bravery than throwing insults in TV. And in fact, when you say that the New York Times or someone else has been predicting a stunning Ukrainian victory, I would remind you that everyone was predicting Ukrainian defeat and Ukraine crumbling in 3 days under the Russian offensive, which has not happened at all. So Ukrainians, I believe, have shown themselves fully to be quite capable of defending themselves. And thank you, we will be able to do that without some strange advice that you are giving us. Nevertheless, I would like to restate that Ukraine is not only willing to negotiate, but clearly both the leadership of Ukraine and the people of Ukraine understand the need to end the war as quickly as possible. But, and I repeat, the keys to that lie fully at the doors of the aggressor, Russia. Russia has started this war. Putin started this war. They are the ones continuing this war. The war is going exclusively in Ukrainian territory. And that is the reason why this is continuing. And that is the reason why the world is having economic problems with energy, but also with foodstuffs, which cannot be exported from Ukraine, one of the largest food exporters in the world. This is all happening because of Russia. This is happening because the major oil producer, as you've called them, has essentially gone crazy. And in a global economy where everyone is interconnected, they've started acting like someone crazy. This is what is happening.